Hey, you know what's crazy? In software, sometimes the best products have the worst sales. I see it all the time. I work with a lot of software companies, and it's really weird how the best products have some of the worst sales. We're going to look into why that is and what to do if you have a great product, how to make sure your sales are also terrific. Here we go. Okay, I'm Matt Wolach, and I help software companies achieve incredible close rates on their sales, that they can get a ton of leads in the door, and they can make sure a lot of those leads close and become some of their best customers. Now, before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notified, because I have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. I'm going to share some formulas, some processes, making sure that you can have outstanding sales for your software company. Okay, well, today we're going to talk about why do some of the best products have some of the worst sales processes. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so when I look at it, if I was to plot this out on a graph, and it makes a lot of sense. If you say, you know what, we're getting started, our product is not quite where we want it eventually, we just launched, we reached MVP, whatever it is, we know that we don't have the best product. But if that's going to be the case when we launch, we had better have outstanding sales. Our sales better be amazing, way, way up there, because we know the product's not great. So we've got to be able to convince people, give them the trust, and make sure they have the vision of what this is going to be. I see this a lot, and a lot of companies in an early stage come to me at that point because they want to make sure their sales process is incredible so that they can overcome some of the deficiencies or at least early weaknesses that the product has. That's terrific. But what ends up happening is that as you go through and you start developing, you get bigger and stronger, you start adding more to the product, it gets better and better, and eventually your product gets to a point where you're really happy with it, and maybe it's the best product on the market. What happens during that time, though, is the sales gets worse and worse. You don't have to be as amazing as sales. You don't have to do as well. You don't have to overcome some of the challenges you had before. And so your sales and your sales process and your sales methodologies actually gets worse and worse. And you end up maybe down here. And so what we see is a line chart that goes something like this. So as your product gets better and better, your sales get worse and worse. I see a lot of companies with outstanding products where the sales is terrible. Now, here's the thing. If you have a market where you've surpassed them and maybe their product level is down here and they're not selling very well, well, that works. You can have a great product and your sales be just okay. However, here's the danger in that. When you have a product that enters the market new, that now they have new technology, now they're much more agile than you, or you have somebody who catches up, maybe they do a redesign, and they eventually get their product quality better than yours. Now you're in trouble because now their product quality is up there, but your sales is severely lacking. You have a huge bit of ground to make up where they have great product and they probably are putting a lot of effort into sales, especially if they're new, they would have made sure to get crazy amounts of effort into this. So we now have a deficiency. And this is the big danger. A lot of companies who start have terrible sales. They decide to make the sales amazing. As the sales goes up, the product, of course, getting better and better. The sales quality, the process gets worse and worse. And so what ends up happening right here, they now get a little complacent. They think the product sells itself and somebody else passes them. This is a big time danger. You want to make sure that it doesn't happen to you. So what you need to do is constantly check on your sales process. Make sure that your sales team is aware of what they are responsible for. Make sure there's accountability within the sales management. Make sure that everyone on the team knows that they've got to achieve excellent sales going forward. That way you're not going to be surpassed. If somebody comes out with a new shiny product, your sales team is going to be the differentiator, making sure that the market understands that you are the one that they need to choose. This is how you can stay relevant, and you can stay ahead of everyone else. Now, I hope this helped. If it did, make sure to hit like down there. That'll show me that this is content that's relevant for you. If you have a question about anything, go ahead and write the question in the comments. Happy to make sure I answer all of those for you. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to make sure I get you some outstanding material coming up, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.